You know, this is one thing that Akupapa taught me when I was very, very young. Like I mentioned when we still lived in the underworld, he's always been he's always shown me a lot of tough love, and he's always been one to sort of been one to be like, nah, you're all right, you know, sort of like tell me to dust myself down if I'm upset and stuff. And I think that works sometimes, but not always. But the thing is, one thing that was so important is that he told me not to take yourself too fucking seriously. He taught me that if something bad happens, just laugh. And I've been kind of living in that way for a long time. I've been following that, you know, like it was this. I remember when I was super young. He tells me this story all the time because it would have been a good few hundred years ago now. But I remember it actually does snow in hell sometimes. And while we were down there and it snowed, Akupapa took me up a hill with a sled, and I was sledding. And at one point, there was a little bush down at the bottom where I was sledding, and I was there with a bunch of other little demon kids, and we were sort of just sledding and flying around. And at one point, I slid down, and for some reason, I think there was another kid who hopped in the sled with me, and we went down the hill. It basically just went, it was like steep for a little bit, and then it like continued flat for a little while towards the bottom of the field. And at the bottom of the field, there were a bunch of bushes and trees. And he has a video of me and this other kid sat in a sled and flying down with the extra weight of this other kid flying down the sled, and we hit the bushes and all the snow fell off the bushes at once, and it all landed on me all at once. It looked like something out of a cartoon. It was like slight pause, and we all got covered in it. You know, that's one example, but he taught me that a lot, is that when you get, it's so easy when you get into a terrible situation, like to be mad all the time, or to get upset, or to cry, and the best medicine is to laugh, and to just appreciate the hilarity of the situation, and to just laugh it off, and have a little giggle with your friends, and realize that, oh, fuck it, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I'm being a bitch about it, and then you just kind of move on. And even if you're not 100% okay, it does cheer you up to laugh. And you know, if anything, I think that's a big part of British culture, is just laughing it off when you're upset. It's not always perfect. If you have real serious problems, you should take them seriously, but being able to laugh about things does help in a big way. Being able to laugh is a really nice way of helping your problems feel a little bit smaller, and when your problems feel smaller, it makes them feel less difficult to tackle, I guess. You know, that's what me and my mates from my hometown, that's what we do all the time. You know, even if someone's been through a really serious ordeal, we're patient with them until they're ready to joke about it, and then we start to take the piss, and it really makes everyone a little bit happier. You know, even if everyone's been pretty down and upset, we just, you know, crack a few jokes, and it doesn't make the issues seem so scary anymore. It's obviously not going to be that way for anyone, and you should set boundaries, and if you're not okay with someone laughing at something, you should tell them. So what we do, we take the piss and we laugh at each other all the time, but if someone says, hey, please don't joke about that, we listen, right? That's what good friends do.
And within the cave, they walked... Oh, excuse me.